With some new developments in the ambush murder of a Polk County teenager. Today, Sheriff Grady Judd announced the arrest of 2 teens, including the accused shooter, and they're still looking for 2 more. The sheriff says they set up a trap, and 17-year-old Taigur Taguri drove right into it. Fox 13's Ken Suarez live at the Polk County Sheriff's Office with the rest of the story. Ken.
You know, it's certainly an unsettling story no matter what the age, but what we're talking about here, as you said, Cynthia, is teenagers, 16, 17 years old. That is the size of it. So when you think of teens, what do you think of? Maybe going to football games, going to the prom, innocent things like that. But the sheriff says there was nothing innocent about what these 2 teens are now charged with.
Jevon Berrien Jr., a junior at Bartow High. His cousin, Margus Johnson, a junior at Fort Meade High, both just 16 years old.
Jevon and Margus both are charged as juveniles right now. But what they did is not a juvenile crime. It's an adult crime. It's cold-blooded, first-degree murder.
The murder of Taigur Taguri, just 17. Earlier this week, detectives say Taguri drove to Gordon Heights Park outside of Bartow under the impression he was going to sell them marijuana. But the sheriff says it was a setup. They never intended to pay. When Taguri got to the park, 4 guys walked over to the vehicle.
When they jerked the car door open and our victim saw that a firearm, and he said, "No, bro," or "Wait, bro," he tried to leave. And as he put the car in gear and tried to leave, that's when he was shot.
A tip led investigators to Berrien's home a block away from the park, where they arrested the 2 teens. Detectives also say they discovered important evidence in the home, drugs and the gun they say was used to kill Taguri. Now the focus turns to the 2 other suspects who are still on the run.
But we're not going to stop until we arrest all 4, at least, suspects who descended upon this truck to murder this 17-year-old George Jenkins High School student.
So we have 2 young guys, unfortunately charged with first-degree murder at 16 years old. You have to ask, who was the gunman? The sheriff didn't come out and say that Berrien was it, but he said it doesn't take a Rhodes Scholar when you find the gun that was used in his house, in his room, put 2 and 2 together. Back to you.
Yeah, it's all pretty disturbing, that's for sure, especially with these ages involved.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ken.